Hello, I am Melissa Crane. Welcome to my channel. I, as always, am here to impart my wisdom and perspective and angle as to offer each and every one who is tuned in here, listening, that is on this path of self-discovery, spiritual awakening, really to anybody, because we're all a part of this world right now. And we are all in this together. And by sharing my angle, my view through my lens, it may offer guidance to where you're at on your journey. And the more of us that speak our truth, stand in our light, and let go of our fear of being seen, is when we can free ourselves from all the illusions and shackles that we find ourselves in currently, because we are in a massive awakening, and the energy that is surrounding us right now has the potent energy to change our lives. So it's all about how you choose to use this energy and to use this time right now. So the last video I made was inspired by Magenta Pixie's dream, and I left that link in the last video. And today I was inspired after watching a video by Joanna the healer, which I will leave the link to the video that I watched this morning down below in the description box, because the messages that she was putting forth were, again, very similar to what I was receiving. And I wanted to expand on that. Let me get my notes here. You should see what's happening down below on the floor. It's chaos. Chaos. Okay. So I mean, I can show you this, but this may not look like anything to anybody. However, let me just read through this, okay? So right now, because it's important to talk about the now, it really, if we're looking at the quantum field, all time is happening at the same time. So, but currently, as you're watching, no, I shouldn't say that as you're watching this, because you might watch this down the road. Today, as I'm recording this, is June 11th. June, the number 6. Now, I mentioned in the last video how I like to play with numbers, so here we go. The number 6 in the tarot deck is affiliated with the major arcana card of the Lovers. The Lovers is all about choice, divine union of self in the highest light. It's about balance, the perfect balance that you find of spirit, this sacred feminine, this sacred masculine coming into union within your heart to then birth out a creation of purity. Right now, in this potent time of change. We are being given the opportunity to choose what we want our external realities to look like. What do we want to birth into this new earth? We ourselves are the sacred spirit of Cosmic Father and Earth Mother Gaia. We are that creation. And it is their absolute intention and highest vision for us, for their child, to set forth on a mission of life that is in alignment with their soul's joy. What brings you joy? What lights you up inside? Who are you? These are the questions right now to reflect upon. There is no rush right now. I know a lot of us are antsy to get back to life. Why? We have to start releasing ourselves from the fears surrounding getting back to a life that once was. Because it didn't work. We are being given the opportunity right now to create the world that we can put forth and see and live in, and the earth upon, and the guidance above, to then be free to experience a life of joy and to create our heaven here on earth. We will not be let down. Right now, outside, they're still working out a lot of the systems that were imbalanced, right? Well, that is only a reflection as to what is happening still within. We're in the middle of an eclipse, a succession of eclipses. We just had one. There will be another, the solar eclipse on the summer solstice on June 21st, 2020. There will be another lunar eclipse July 5th. Okay? I'm going to break down some numbers. In Joanna's video, she was saying how September was very potent for her. She felt like something big was going to happen September. Let me bring back this other thing from my last video. If you remember this, this bullseye here that I drew the last time, and I was playing with all these numbers of, you know, the different codes. If we look now, if we were to imagine this bullseye, this center point, and remember this was removing the casing, right? So we could either do 8 minus 1 is 7, or we could do 8 plus 1, which would be September. So essentially it's now going the other way. See, this way is the old earth, this way is the new earth. We're going to reach a choice point. We're anytime right now to choose what direction we want to go. The 21st of June is the perfect cosmic timing of the divine masculine and feminine to come into union to then birth the vision, to seal the vision of what we want to set forth. You can choose not to use this energy, that's fine. But I'm saying, if you do choose to use this energy right now, it is like the oven is preset and ready to bake a real yummy cake. And you have all the ingredients. Okay? You have all of them. They're sitting out on your counter. Or like me, everything's just sitting out all in front of me. Okay? You can look at it and be like, I can't do this. Or you can focus, go within, and become really clear as to what you want your new reality to look like. And it starts by having a very clear mind. And you have a clear mind of quieting down the voices, quieting down the thoughts, slowing it down and coming inside so you can hear what Spirit is trying to tell you, what you are trying to tell you. Joanna also was talking about how she was seeing squirrels. As I keep seeing squirrels, every time I close my eyes in a meditation, I'll see a squirrel and they'll gathering nuts in their cheeks and they're running everywhere outside. And it's just, they make me laugh. And they're all about play. It's all about play. And you see they're always dodging cars, they're always chasing. And it's urging us to have some fun right now, too. And what is fun? Fun is the essence of a child. A child is like a blank slate. A child learns from its parents. It learns from the world around us. It's a sponge. Clean slate. A child plays. A child uses their imagination. A child creates worlds of fantasy and magic by its pure innocence and their ability to believe. Their ability to believe that they are that wizard. They are that princess. They are that teacher. They are that mayor. They are that actor or actress. They believe. And then they become. If we look at the numbers of the dates coming up, I already mentioned that June is 21st, 2020, the date of the summer solstice. 21 is the world card in Major Arcana, meaning it is a huge completion point, wrapping up karmic cycles of all the past, all the just cycle after but big on a very big scale. You are being given the opportunity to let go of all that didn't pan out to be what you wanted to be. Clean slate. If we break it down further, 2 plus 1 equals 3, and that is the card of the Empress. The Empress is the Divine Mother. She, in the card, is pregnant. She is birthing in her creation. She's abundance. She's giving you this opportunity to birth in the new you. If we look at 2020, we can break that down into the 4, and that's the Emperor. That's her divine counterpart. That's the divine masculine. Putting out into action, into the world, as to create his empire. If we add up all of the numbers, well, let me get to it. If we add up 6, June, and 2020, we get to 10, which is another completion point. 10 is the end of the cycle. You break that down into 1, the Magician being, you have all of the tools that you need to create the world in which you want to live. So if, just to wrap this whole thing up right here, we are in a time right now to dream big. Write your story. What do you want your life to be? What do you need to let go of? What's complete? What didn't work? And what do you want to see moving forward? Because we are in a time of magic, people. Use this energy. I want to read what came up as I laid out my cards today. Really beautiful cards. The Cosmic Egg being one of them. Passion, faces, beautiful flow, take a stand. The High Priestess comes out. But I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I'm just going to read down what I channeled as I reflected on this, okay? Give yourself the permission to change. Be the parents to that little child within you. Tell them it's safe. It's safe to change. Allowing emotions to flow naturally. Acceptance, release, freedom of spirit. Facing towards the new passionate beginning and knowing that it's happening. It gives you the power to release yourself from the shackles that keep you stuck and from receiving that which you desire, emotionally speaking. Be you. See yourself in a new light. Admire all that you are. See yourself as you want others to see you. Don't doubt your glory. We are in a pause still, so use it to reflect. Ask yourself, what are you not letting go of? What is keeping you stuck? What emotions need to be released? These 2 cards came out together. This is keeping you stuck. This is illusion. This is the past. This is the other way. This is the encasement of the earth of that we were living in that's now about to be come off, and we can go the other way into this new earth, into this new clear, clean slate vision, right? Don't get stuck. This, when I see this card, I was first brought to the awareness that it's a cups card, so that's emotions. But I was also seeing the metal, the surrounding armor, okay? And in the last video, I was talking about the 5 element theory, which I'm gonna get into just after this. However, but metal is affiliated with the lung and large intestine. And their emotions are grief, worry, sadness, things like that, okay? Yin is the lungs, large intestine is the yang, the letting go of. Metal. Metal traps the water. It's a container of the emotions. When we get hurt, when we have those emotions, we put our armor up, right? Let me read, keep reading. Grief, sorrow, remove your armor. The protection that we put up around our hearts because of things of the past that caused you pain, grief, sorrow. The metal traps the emotions from flowing. But that's a false protection. It's an illusion. I just lost, boys. It's an illusion, Michael. Anyway, my guides have a sense of humor. Take the armor off and reveal your love again. You are safe. We are removing the old skin of all past hurts, judgments, beliefs, and imbalances. But you choose. Surrender to the flow. Fluctuating emotions block your vision. Patience is needed, and your pathway will clear. Fear, insecurity, confusion, illusion, rejection of your reality, those are all the things that will clear. Stay in gratitude of the inner knowing of your heart. Work with your spirit. Slow down. Go within, and your awareness will reawaken. The last thing I'm going to share today, because the video is already getting really long, is back to the body and the 5-element theory. Because our bodies are also a reflection of the world, our inner world, the outer world, the perception, everything. This is a divine instrument that we're living in. And it's giving us a lot of clues, but we don't know how to interpret them. And I'm going to share at least what has come through slowly but surely, and in hopes that it'll help. In a dream the other night, I was shown me doing this. Okay. The left side of our body is yin. It's the divine feminine, and it was holding the masculine side, my right shoulder. And my hand was now covering over some points here. And these points there's some lung points. And then in my mind, I knew that it was covering the large intestine points. And I'm going to show you here. Okay, so this is lung. Starts here and it goes down. Large intestine. Here, this is the important part right here. This throat, and then you can see it's on the back of the shoulder, and it goes down the arm. Letting it go. It's this throat that's blocked, which I said in my video on Instagram, which there's a link on my page to go to my Instagram to look at other videos that I've created, section in my book that I was talking about the throat being blocked. These points right here, Now this is what was starting to blow my mind a little bit, because you know me and numbers, these points, large intestine 18, so a 1 and an 8, and then large intestine 16 on the back. And I'm just gonna read, I have this other beautiful book that I was given that talks a little bit more about the mystical and more spiritual descriptions of these points. So hear this one out. Large intestine 17. So it's right around here. It's right around here on your, right in the throat. It's called the heavenly vessel. A heavenly vessel is what we are when not blocked by negativity. It brings the quality and richness of the heavenly light of the divine. Gives potential to feel or perceive this when one is holding on to the past, seeing only the dark or negative. A simple vessel has no ego that clings to the old and obstructs newness. It brings clarity and wisdom, one of the strongest spirit points on the large intestine meridian, like a window of the sky point. Good for cleaning the vessel. Removes toxins from the mind and spirit. The function of this point relates directly to Yin Jing hexagram 50, the cauldron. It was a vessel used in banquets and in the performance of ritual. The essence of this hexagram is that stagnation must be removed and the vessel cleaned in order for it to receive and be received by spirit during the ritual. Hence, this point fosters the necessary state of open receptivity required to be nourished by heaven. Speak, express, allow those emotions to come out of you so that you can receive all that wants to be gifted to you. And you can be nourished by the sweetness, the nectar of the earth and spirit above. Because that is what you are worthy of. But you need to have an open vessel so that can come in. Large intestine 18. It's called support and rush out, window of the sky. A vast clean out, a massive flush of negativity and attachments that have outlived their purpose. When clutching onto the old and one cannot let go little by little, this supports cleansing by providing something of value to replace what is being thrown out. A gift, a connection to heaven, a vision of something better, an idea of who one is without all the rubbish and hoarding. To know and feel connected to the eternal, one is able to let go of what is inappropriate. A removal of clutter allows one to see what needs to be let go of. Ideas, opinions, experiences of pain, blame, pride, arrogance, the baggage that keeps one facing the dark side. Allows an experience of the wisdom and beauty that is there, a vision of what is truly valuable. We need the fundamental ability to see that if we let go of something, we'll get something else to replace it. We need the trust and recognition that we will have something if we let go and then move on. It lets light into a situation that is daunting. When a patient is entrenched in a position that is not helpful, something almost festering, a large intestine overworked with clearing rubbish can bring up anger. You need to go to the spirit of metal in this instance. Physical symptoms include cough or mucus stuck in the throat, glandular, thyroid, swallowing, or speech difficulties. Imbalances of the large intestine's function are often characterized by either inappropriate clinging to the past or longing for the future. As a window of the sky point, LI-18 may assist in letting go of past grief, directing longing for the future to a deep level of spirit. I feel like I have to do like a mic drop. because I literally just read that whole thing as I was just now. And I'm like, it was everything that's been coming through. It's so beautiful. We are so divinely supported. Let go of your fear. Don't be scared of who you are and what you want and what is available for you. You are the child of God. You are here to live in your heaven. Release yourself from the self-imposed prison of the past. You are light. You are love. You are peace. You are a radiant, divine spark of the divine. All consciousness, all knowing. Open and receive all of that which you are. Sending a lot of love from my heart into yours. Namaste.